Hey guys, Jeff Gadley here. I am in my car right now. I'm just running around on a Sunday, doing some light working out and things of that nature, but I wanted to put together this quick video for you. I found some keywords that seem to relate to a lot of people, so I want to put this up real quick. Qualities of a good husband, or what makes a good husband. And the same thing can apply for what makes a good boyfriend or qualities of a good boyfriend. I'm going to show you a picture right now, and this should give you a clear-cut example of what is not good qualities of a boyfriend or a husband. Let me show you this real quick. Okay? Now, what I'm saying to you is that guy right there, that boyfriend or husband, what he's doing right now is something very harsh and very cruel. I used to do it all the time, at least 2 to 3 times a week to my girlfriend. This is many years ago, a couple decades and beyond, when I used to have a very hot flash temper. I could go just like that. In fact, it didn't have to be anything that she did. It could be something that didn't go right. The computer didn't work right, or, you know, there was a nick in my car, in the paint on my car, and I'm just ticked off about it. Or traffic was really tough coming home today. See, I used to let all of those things control me. And all of those things didn't make for a very nice boyfriend. And I can guarantee you that if I didn't make some changes when I was much younger, here I would be 20 years later doing the same thing. All right? And justifying it even more so. I found that a lot of people out there will claim that that's just the way they are, or they will blame the other person. They'll blame the other person for their anger. They'll blame the other person for them flying off the handle. They'll blame the other person because they're moody or grumpy, and that person should not have said this or should not have said that. They'll blame the other person like they have no control over their own emotions, their own feelings, and their own words that they choose to speak, and their own actions that they choose to carry out. Okay, qualities of a good husband. He's the kind of guy that is in check with himself. He's not going to carry on with anger and rage with his beautiful lady. He's not going to do it. Same applies for a boyfriend. If you are the type of guy right now and you're dating someone and you fly off the handle and you point your finger at her and tell her things like, she's no good, you're no good, or you make me mad, and you know, I get so pissed off when you say this or you say that, you know, or I hate it whenever you come home late. If you are this kind of guy, I'm going to suggest strongly that you check out my material, and down below this video there's a link down below. By the way, the name of my study guide material, the study guide course, is How to Be a Better Dude and Treat Your Lady Right. See, I firmly believe that these changes that I made were for the good. They made me not only a better boyfriend, but one day they would make me a better husband. They would make me better in my work relationships and in my family relationships. They would teach me the principles in the study guide course, would teach me how to just be a better person in all circumstances. I did not know it would lead me to the point of where I would be very calm and gentle in all circumstances. I did not know that. That just happened. It just became a byproduct of me putting in new information. What I'm saying to you, please understand, don't take it lightly. We are all programmed. We are all programmed. You're finding out right now that you're programmed in any capacity of how you are in your personality right now. We are programmed. For the most part, 99.9% of us are programmed programmed a certain way from early childhood activities and inputs from people around us, mother, father, friends, uncles, growing up and being around people in high school and things like that. All of this information was fed into us. We're all a composite of that information. Most of that information is down in the subconscious, and they tell us, the scientific research in the area of the neurosciences tell us that 90% of all of our conscious thoughts, being, and doing all come up from the subconscious. In other words, through our ears and our eyes, we perceive our environment and things that are going on in our environment. And whenever the subconscious comes across something in its connection to the conscious mind that looks familiar to old past situations, the information comes up rapidly and you spit it out almost on automatic mode. Let me give you an example. My boss at work would say things to me regarding my money, always wanting to mess with my commissions, okay? Now I didn't know really how significant that was and things like that, but I saw a difference in my paycheck of about $150 to $200 in a single week. Well, I didn't like that, right? So that information went into my head, and the next time this situation came up, because he felt like I was making too much money, I'm like, well, I'm selling what you told me to sell. If I'm selling it more, then I earned more money, dude. But his opinion was like he had to keep me down. So, and this is many years ago, but my point is that from that moment on, anybody jacking with my money as far as payroll, commissions, and things like that in the line of work that I would perform, anybody that would mess with my money, I would have an automatic flash hot anger of rage around those circumstances, and I guarantee you I would vent it out right then and there. And believe it didn't matter who was in the room, I was going deep. So that is a part of what was in me. Now, I'm much better about that these days, okay? I'm much more diplomatic and things, but it's because I reshaped my thinking, I reshaped my mind. And in the same way I had that type of behavior and that type of reaction related to the employment situation, believe me, I had the same type of reactions, and I would carry those same type of negative behaviors over to my interpersonal relationships with my girlfriend, and it would show itself. In fact, I found that I would say things to her that were horrific, horrendous, terrible, right? I would say things to her that I wouldn't say to someone else out in the street, at least initially, okay? If it's a stranger and the same thing happened, I'm going to curse my girlfriend out first, okay? It's just, I don't even know what that is. I see that a lot. And I say to people, I said, do you talk to your employer that way? Do you talk to your mother that way? Do you talk to your father that way? When you fly off the handle and treat her like that, who else in your life do you speak to with such tone, with such anger, with such rage? And oftentimes there's no one else that you will do that to. But for some reason, your precious lady, we're gonna harm her verbally. We're gonna verbally abuse her. That's what I used to do. Now, I'm not claiming any of you guys are guilty out there of that, all right? And I'm not bashing us dudes. But what I am doing is waking us up to the fact that many of us have a situation and a challenge to where we need to get good qualities within us, and we need to bring those good qualities and present them to our precious lady. We run around and we say the words, I love you, but the actions, at least my actions, used to show the opposite, because I don't measure how much I love someone by when everything is going great, right? Because you're feeling good, it's all soft and dainty and the music playing, everything's all wonderful, right? I mean, everything's just working on and popping on all cylinders for you. It's great, it's fantastic. I measure it by when there's a little bit of disharmony. When something goes wrong, when a bill comes in unexpectedly, or when someone has bumped into my vehicle and left a big dent there, when my favorite sports team lost the game and cost me some money. That doesn't happen to me. I don't bet on games, but I'm just using that as an example. What I'm saying to you is that you measure how much you truly love her by the way you treat her in those moments that are tough, those moments that are challenging. All right. I know guys that have lost money on the game and they go absolutely berserk. They're mad at everybody, right? But they take it out on her like she had something to do with it, right? Or on TV these days, getting mad at your wife or your kids walking past the television during an important play. I mean, don't we have remote controls and these things where you can back up crap and you can record crap? I mean, we have all this stuff at our disposal, but we act like a fool when it comes to these types of little things that are insignificant in life. Let me tell you something. Most important in your relationship is how well you treat her. That's most important. That's more important than a football game, basketball game, whatever you're into. It's more important than that. How you treat her is the lifeblood of the very fiber and soul of who she is. So I really need to press that. I need to really push that home, because if you want to have good qualities, then you have to learn what those good qualities are all about that you can be putting out there. Let me give you an example, a couple examples. Praise her every day. What do I mean? I mean, lift her up every day, regardless of the circumstances and conditions in life. Regardless of a disagreement, you still can praise her every day. You still can say nice things to her all the time. You still can reach out to her and touch her and tell her how much you love her. You still have the ability to be the kind of guy to energize her soul and to lift her up and cause her to feel good, even when things are not that great. So I put together some study material for you. It's an actual study guide. How to be a better dude and treat your lady right. That's the name of it. It's down at the bottom here. Just click on that link. It's down at the bottom. It's going to be full detail information out here. It's not available in the printed form like you see here, so don't be emailing me and commenting, hey man, I want the book, dude. You know, no, it's not gonna happen. Okay, if you want the book, you buy the book you can download immediately so you can get right to work. Why delay on the process with book being printed and having to go out and be shipped through whatever, taking 4 or 5 days to get to you? Forget all that. Download it. Okay, and so you get it out on download. You can buy this, but before you buy it, I want you to review all the outstanding information out there on the site regarding the book. The information, and let me correct myself for a moment. I said the book again. It's a study guide, all right? It's far more than a book. It's a study guide course that you will begin to review and implement and make a part of your life, and it will move you in a new direction. The information out here, you can do a preview snapshot on what it's all about by looking at the table of contents. You just click and you can look at the table of contents. You'll be able to look at the 10 special insight articles that I've put together for you to kind of get your mind ready for what you're getting ready to read. And then you can read all of chapter 1. That's all free. You can read all of that. But to buy the book, that's out there. You can buy it in its entirety along with the 7 audios, and all of this is just going to enrich you and just improve your mind and put you in a much stronger position to exhibit at all times good qualities of a good husband. You know, just to have those qualities flowing from you all the time. Good qualities of a good boyfriend. Have them flowing from you all the time. And that's what it's all about. This material is what I use to change. It's not this exact material, but it's the similar material that I use to change. I learned a lot about neurosciences and how the brain works and how learning works. And so all of this is set up in a certain rhythm, in a certain way, so that you can apply the information. And by repeatedly applying this information, persistently and consistently going through this information and applying it, and using a lot of the processes that I have in here, it's going to get inside of you and give you new mental thoughts that will be a part of your new self-improve kind of guy. My name is Jeff Gadley. If you have any questions or any comments, feel free to just email me or leave a comment. In the meanwhile, I look forward to seeing you on the other side.